proof of reserves and user reviews are incredibly important. We in the reporting world look out for those long Twitter threads about people complaining about exchanges and their lack of response to their complaints. And because of that, we know that there are a lot of suspicious exchanges, and you in the data aggregating business will obviously have to flag these exchanges. Can you mention a few key points that you keep in mind when flagging these suspicious exchanges?
So I guess an exchange can be very clearly defined as a scam if you open an account, you can deposit money into it, but you can't withdraw the money out. That's obviously not a real exchange. So, and then if you can deposit money, and then you can't take an order from the order book, that's not a very good exchange either, because obviously they're padding their order books. Or if you leave an order on the order book and nobody takes your order, but there are trades happening below and above your price, something is not very right as well. So these are things, I mean, it's a bit hard. It's a spectrum of activity or what is or not exchange. I mean, some exchange, they end up like you may trade for a while before freezing your account. That is bad as well. And then it becomes a he say, she say kind of thing on who is real, because the exchange may have reasons to believe that the user may be undertaking some sort of suspicious activities as well.
Yeah. So now moving on from exchanges to coins, you mentioned that you have about 4,000 plus coins on CoinGecko. Can you explain the process of listing these coins? What metrics do you look out for, and the exact number of coins that are listed on CoinGecko at the moment?
Our listing criteria is actually fairly lenient, as long as the coin is traded on one of the exchange that we track. So we track over 300 exchanges. If it's traded on one of the exchanges, we list them because believe that there is some sort of at the end of the day, we are a data aggregator. We believe there is some sort of value in the data being captured, no matter how small a coin is, and to track to see what sort of price and volume. However, if a coin is a proven scam and it's been reported on some financial authorities' watch list, for example, if it appears on some regulators' watch list that this is a proven scam, then we will not list this coin.
All right. That's an important thing that I really wanted to stress upon. The regulators are coming out in full flow and voicing their opinion on coins as well as exchanges that are quote-unquote scams and frauds. How do you deal with this exactly?
I mean, if you do receive an email from anybody and there's proof that it's on a regulator's watch list, and we will remove them. I mean, it's obviously a scam, and we don't want more people to be cheated of their money, of course. So yeah, I mean, at the very least, we will put up a warning as well, saying that whatever research that we found, a very short, or any articles that we found, so for example, if AMBCrypto reports that a certain coin is proven fraud and it's been quoted on some authorities' watchdog watch list, then we will usually put a warning plus a link to the article.
Now, another thing that I really want to stress upon, especially given at the juncture where we are in the market, is the debate around IEOs and last year's ICO trend. Now, obviously, Binance is sort of the spearhead of this IEO platform currently, given the number of tokens that have seen immense amount of growth in the past few months. First of all, what is your take on the IEO trend?
IEO trend is a very interesting trend. I mean, it's not a new trend. It's been around since last year, but I think Binance did a very good job of making it popular this year with Launchpad. So I guess there's a few factors. So they chose a very good project that was very in demand and very much hyped up, which was BitTorrent. They chose a very small amount of token supply to be released. So the token supply schedule was good. And then they raised a small amount of money, if I remember correctly, it was $7 million or at most $9 million. So it was definitely less than $10 million. And it generated a lot of hype, and then a lot of people wanted in. So it's good. The IEO in general is good because compared to an ICO, from a project token issuer point of view, you don't have to go out and KYC each individual participant because the exchange is doing it for you. And then instead of marketing it out yourself, you get the exchange to help out to market as well. So from a token issuer's point of view, it's very good. And I think Binance did a very good decision to choose BitTorrent as the first project, because it saw a lot of success. It was sold out within minutes, if I believe, like 10 to 12 minutes, it was sold out. And then once it started getting listed on Binance, which was also a benefit for the token issuer, because you have to start paying for expensive token listing on all these different exchanges. But BitTorrent token saw a 9.4x increase in its price to its all-time high. So for many people who went through the bear market of 2018, where if you invested in any ICO last year, you probably lost money. A lot of people stayed out of the market because to them that it was pretty much impossible to make any money in the space, and Binance and BitTorrent changed the landscape because now you can easily participate in an ICO again called IEO. You can easily buy it and then you get to make a good return, make a 10x return, which was almost impossible in 2019 until this happened. I think what happened after that was Binance did two other ICO, which is Fetch.ai and Seller, and then both did very well as well. Sold out within minutes, and then it had a good increase from its token sale price to its all-time high. I think was 7x and 5x. And then all the other people started realizing that, hey, IEO is a trend now, and all the exchanges started doing it, and then started getting new projects to get listed. And then suddenly we are in crypto spring, and this is very interesting, obviously, for the industry. Otherwise, we would still be stuck in the winter for the IEO. So to a large extent, IEO has basically made the market interesting and has kickstarted the crypto spring that we're in at this point in time.
You've mentioned previously that the IEOs, despite being the thing, the in thing right now, will not really see a lot of continuing progress later on, and they might have a short lifespan. Can you elaborate more on that?
Personally, I don't think this IEO trend will last for long. Similar to, essentially, a lot of people are taking the IEO trend now similar to what it was during the ICO trend. So ICO trend pretty much lasted 1 year or so. And then as more ICOs come into the market, more people see that a lot of people can raise money very easily. So what usually happens is you get lower and lower quality projects trying to raise money. And then with lower quality projects, obviously there won't be as much of a demand for such project because it's obviously lower quality. So I'm observing similar trends at this point in time, where there's all these exchange operators pretty much desperate to get projects to come on board to get listed on the exchange. But there's only so many good projects that can conduct a token sale at any point in time. So as exchange get desperate, they will go out and search for projects that are equally desperate to do an IEO as well. So, and the quality of projects will go lower and lower and lower. So you can't expect demand to be as high as what it was on Binance. So as demand will not be as high, so there will not be an increase in price as much as the earlier projects. And at some point in time, when users start seeing that, hey, you can't really make money anymore in this space, they will start staying out of the market as well. So to a large extent, it depends very much on which exchange platform is conducting the IEO, because the exchange operators are basically doing a curation of projects to conduct an IEO. And we have seen quite clearly that some of the exchanges like Bittrex doing an IEO, and we've seen like projects like Veriblock performing very badly after the token sale, if I remember correctly.
Right. Now, a little bit of a controversial question. This is with reference to your partnership, which turned into a cooperation with HitBTC. Now, obviously, CoinGecko has come out and clarified that this was not a partnership. It was just a call between you and Tim Novak of HitBTC. Can you elaborate more on if there was a miscommunication or what the objective of the cooperation was?
Yeah, so yeah, I agree. There was, I would say, not a very pleasant tweet from the HitBTC guys. So I had a phone call scheduled sometime in the evening, one day with Tim Novak. And shortly before the call, one of my teammates noticed that HitBTC has put out a tweet saying that they've gone into a partnership with CoinGecko. Obviously, this is not true because I've not even spoken to Tim, and I was supposed to get onto a call with him, but they've already put out the tweet. And then during the call, I actually mentioned to Tim that, you know, this is not true. We've not gone into any sort of partnership. But during the call, I did talk about some stuff with the trust score. He brought up some suggestions on how we can improve it, some of the metrics that we can look at. And I requested some of the information about HitBTC from him. And some of the information he provided, some he did not. But those that he's able to provide, I mean, he did put in some sort of, he did mention that he would be willing to try to give more information about HitBTC to us. So that's the sort of thing that we can sort of say is some sort of a cooperation to give more information to track HitBTC better. But to call it a partnership is a grossly misconstrued statement from HitBTC. So it was after a few hours later, and I realized the tweet was still out, and then it was picked up by a few media outlets, and we had to make a point to clarify that this is not a true statement of partnership.
Anyway, Bobby, that was my last question. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for giving us a brilliant insight into the data, into the exchange volume world, which has been under fire over the past year. Anything else you would like to add?
Well, I mean, if there's any suggestions or improvements on how we can improve CoinGecko, feel free to drop us a line. We're always very interested to hear some ideas and suggestions from you guys and whoever's watching this video.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Find the links to our social media channels in the description below.